Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back. You know the deal, you know the drill, and you know who it is. And I'm here talking to you guys about some Devil May Cry today. And a while back, I can't remember when it first came out. I don't really, maybe it was 2013. I don't know. But they gave us Devil May Cry. Well, DMC Devil May Cry, and from what I've heard and what I've seen, I actually have the game. I played it. It's okay. It's an okay game. It's not what we were accustomed to as far as 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think 4 was a tad bit different. They added a little spice to it, of course, with introducing a new character like Nero. We have to play with him first, and then you get to play with Dante. You didn't really have to go through that in any other Devil May Cry games, and I thought that was a nice little spin on it. It actually shows that it's about someone else. I don't know if I was the only one that thought that Nero was some kin to Dante and Virgil. I'm sure I'm not the only person that thought that, but when I first saw the kid, I thought he was Dante's son, and then there were points in the story mode where it actually looked like Dante was feeling a little bit affectionate toward Nero. It also kind of boosted my thoughts on Nero being Dante's son or some kin to them in some way, shape, or form. But Devil May Cry 4 was fine. I actually liked Devil May Cry 4. I wasn't really that big of a fan of Nero, but when I first started playing it, I wasn't. But a little bit down the road, where you start unlocking more moves and you get his full devil trigger, he kind of grows on you a little bit, especially with that arm. Trying to play with Dante, and like when you beat the part where you have to play with Nero, you kind of get so used to using that little arm Nero has that you try to use that arm with Dante, and then you have to remember that Dante is a different character from Nero. At least that's how it was for me. That was my experience with Devil May Cry. But Devil May Cry 4 was fine, but then they gave us Devil May Cry 5, or DMC Devil May Cry. The gameplay was good, but of course not all games are perfect. But DMC Devil May Cry had a bit more flaws in it than the rest of the stories. And a lot of people could look at it and see, well, the original story can look at it and see that there was some timeline insignificance. But if you guys are fans of the Devil May Cry series, you know that all of the games weren't released chronologically. And I've said this in my Devil May Cry gameplay videos. If you pay attention to it, Devil May Cry 3 had a younger looking Dante than Devil May Cry 1 and 2. And that's because Devil May Cry 3 chronologically happened before Devil May Cry 1 and 2. I'm not sure when Devil May Cry 4 happened. I'm almost pretty sure it happened after Devil May Cry 2. But that was about the only insignificant part in the timeline that I noticed, at least. But other than that, I like the game. I've been playing it since PlayStation 2, which is when Devil May Cry 1 first came out, and I've been a big fan since then. And then when I heard about DMC Devil May Cry, I automatically knew I was gonna get it, of course. But the game was a little bit off to me. I mean, the story mode was just it was too cliche. I mean, you know, it was. I just gotta feel like they took the character we've grown to know and love in Dante and completely made him look nothing like the character we originally are accustomed to. White hair, cocky, like very, very rebellious, resilient. He's got like a lot of energy, and just this Dante is just like in DMC. He's just like, it's very bland. I don't know. I wasn't a fan of the character revamp that they did with that. I actually wasn't really a fan of the game revamp, period. But when I started getting more into DMC Devil May Cry, it kind of grew on me a little bit. I like the game, but I just wish that they had left it the way it was. But as we all know, they brought in a whole new group of designers, or different people for this game, and I think they were Ninja Theory is the group they brought in. But I just kind of feel like they should have just left it the way it was. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of it. But ever since DMC Devil May Cry came out, I've been waiting for another one, and we haven't gotten it yet. I think it's been about 3 or 4 years since DMC Devil May Cry came out. and I've really been waiting for another one, waiting to see if they were gonna just take it back to the original roots. White-haired Dante, you know, cocky. I can't think, what is the word I'm thinking of? Starts with a P. I don't know, but I'm waiting to see when they're gonna just take the game back and, you know, send it back to its roots with just how, you know, how it originally was with Dante and the gameplay and stuff like that. And I go online, I'm looking to see if they're thinking about it, and lo and behold, they are thinking about it. I don't really remember the guy's name. It's Itsuno. Hideaki or something. Hideaki Itsuno or something like that. I don't know. But they're having an interview with him, and the first question, well, not the first question, but the question that stood out the most to me, I've got about 5 questions up, and I'll show them to you guys, of course. But in the interview, the guy's asking them, the Devil May Cry series has a very dedicated fan base who are still playing Devil May Cry 4 to this day. What do you want to say to them in regards to what they can look forward to with the Devil May Cry series? His response is, after Devil May Cry 4 came out, and then Ninja Theory's DMC Devil May Cry followed it, some fans were disappointed and felt the main series had ended. But I'm glad that the message is out there with Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, that the main series is not over, and that DMC Devil May Cry did not kill it. But that isn't to say that the latter was just a one-shot. That game also got its own next-gen re-release earlier this year. Now, to me, it sounds like he's saying that, of course, that game didn't kill it because the original series is so iconic. White-haired Dante, cocky, abrasive, and, you know, just rebellious and full of energy. And I think he's saying that didn't kill it. Of course, we're thinking about making another one, and I think they are, because they know that we love the regular Devil May Cry series. And not a lot of people were big fans of the revamp that they did. It just didn't do too well. It probably sold well, but it didn't do too well as far as criticism with the fans and stuff like that. And when they brought out Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, it was kind of like you know what, we're going to give you guys a little bit more to the latest Devil May Cry you guys did like. And I appreciated that because I actually played it. I have it. And the characters that they added, Virgil, Trish, and Lady, are actually pretty good characters. Aside from Lady, I think it's because she's just normal. She doesn't have anything. But Trish and Virgil, you know, they're both, I think Trish is a demon. I don't know. I have to go back. I don't remember if they actually stated that she was a demon, but I'm going to have to look it up or go back and play Devil May Cry 1, because that's when that's when she first appeared. But the Devil May Cry 5 game didn't get that good of criticism, of course, and I was pretty stoked when I saw that they were bringing out another one, and another Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. And the interview guy goes on to ask, he says, speaking of Ninja Theory and DMC Devil May Cry, at the time you had said that part of the reason you went with them was that you wanted a different sensibility around the franchise. What were your overall thoughts on the final product and the game, speaking of DMC Devil May Cry? And Itsuno goes on to say, I think I'm happy with the performance of the game. If it had been a world-changing hit, it might have changed the course of the series by becoming a new DMC, but at the same time, if it was a lot less successful than it might have just been a flash-in-the-pan failure that never got followed through with the definitive edition this year. In a way, I'm actually really pleased of where we were able to hit between those two separate extremes. Now, I think that this means that he liked the outcome of the game, of course, because he said that, but it didn't do what he expected it to do. And he could have only expected that because they completely took the classic Devil May Cry game that we were looking forward to, and they kind of ruined it a little bit. I didn't really. I guess I can kind of see where he's coming from with that, because I'm not the only one that didn't really like the DMC Devil May Cry game. And he says it might have changed the course of the series by becoming a new DMC. And he's saying that it would have changed, and they would have kept going with the format that they went with now, like the different style of it. But it didn't do what he thought it was gonna do, so of course they're gonna go back and redo it and just go back to the original way the game was. Another question he asked was, or another statement he said, you mentioned, this is the interview guy, you mentioned earlier before that you guys are always listening to fan feedback. How much does that influence your decision about the game? About that game? I think he's speaking of DMC Devil May Cry. The fan community is very vocal, but you still have to serve a broad audience. What do you pick up from fans, and what do you try and stick to your vision about? And Itsuno replies, I like to listen to all of the fan feedback that I can, but listening to it doesn't mean listening to it and doing everything that the fans request, meaning that he's not going to always do what fans are like speaking about. Like they say, bring back the original Dante. It may not actually happen, or, you know, bring back the original Devil Trigger where his physical appearance actually changes and it's not sending all of the enemies sky high into the air. Those things might not change. I mean, you know, they may stay the same, and they just, I don't know, some of the features may actually stay the same that they were in DMC. Speaking of Devil May Cry 5, I'm just going to call it Devil May Cry 5 instead of saying DMC Devil May Cry. And because that would end up with a not very good game. That's not to say that the fan feedback isn't good, but if you took it all on board and put it all together, then you would get a mess in the game. You have to make these decisions about what to include and what not to include. The high level play that we see from the really hardcore fans is something that we want to keep. And of course there are hardcore fans of DMC, and of course they want to keep capturing that same audience. But if you ask me, I think they're going to have to go back to the original way that Devil May Cry was. If they don't, and they just keep this DMC Devil May Cry format, it's not going to work. Or Devil May Cry 5, it's not going to work, because we're all expecting for them to just go back to what it was. I don't know why or what made them think that changing the classic Dante we've grown to know and love would make us continue to like the series. But I'm pretty sure they're going to go back, because they see that they didn't get that good of a response from this game. What are the most common things that fans keep asking you about, apart from where's my Devil May Cry? I thought that was pretty funny. He says, people ask me a lot if we can have more development of Sparta as a character. I think that would be cool too, because we didn't really get that much of a story on Sparta, and it really confused us when it changed in Devil May Cry 5. But all we know is that he was the ruler of the underworld, and he sealed away the demon world and stuff like that. I think that there would be a great significance in the audience, a great a significant rise. I'm sorry about that. A significant rise in the audience if they were to give us like a side arc thing with Sparta as far as his storyline and their mom. That would be really, really, really fucking dope. He goes on to say, and also I get asked a lot if there's a possibility of a co-op coming to the series, which is something we flirted with in the past. In Devil May Cry 3 and its special edition, there are certain parts of the game where Dante would have a doppelganger on screen. You can actually plug in a second controller and press start, and a second player can take control of the doppelganger. Wow, I didn't know that. I really did not know that. I'm gonna have to find one of my friends who actually likes to play this game, and we can like go at it. Okay, let's see. It's kind of a hidden co-op feature that maybe not many people know about. I didn't know about that. That also works for a boss battle in that game where Dante and Virgil team up against a boss. So it's definitely something we've had in our minds for a long time that I'd certainly be interested in exploring. You know how fucking dope that would be if they gave us a co-op mode where we can play with Dante and Virgil? Like, because there are times in the series where Dante and Virgil actually have the same enemies. So that would be really, really good if we could like do a split screen thing, or even if it's like an online co-op thing, that would be good. Where each character has to pick who they want. They can't pick the same character. One of us has to pick Dante and one of us has to pick Virgil. I personally wouldn't mind picking either of them because Virgil is very badass. If you guys haven't played with Virgil on any of the games, Virgil is really badass. Just throwing that out there. Do you think that the style of gameplay that you want is conducive to co-op? Well, we wouldn't go as far to say that, because obviously if it was completely 100% suited for the gameplay, we would have put it in by now, and that makes a lot of sense because it's a one-player story mode game. It's only about Dante. Part of the reason co-op has appeared as a secret feature in bits and pieces is because there were problems with simply implementing co-op into Devil May Cry as it is. That's actually the end of the interview. That's as far as I've seen it, but I'm looking forward to see what he's gonna do. I'd like to see him return to the original people that he had making Devil May Cry in the beginning, and not Ninja Theory, because they ruined it for me. But it is gonna be really good to see what they're gonna do with the next Devil May Cry. I would like to see the original Dante return, and not the bland, horrible. He just didn't have a personality at all to me. The guy's name is Hideaki Itsuno. I'm waiting to see. I'm really excited to see if they actually are gonna make one, and I really want to see if they're gonna put a co-op mode in there. And you guys can comment down below. Let me know what you think about a co-op mode in Devil May Cry, and let me know what you guys think about there being an actual side story about Sparta and Dante's mom. I don't know her name. I think it was Evelyn or something like that. Maybe not. I don't know. It was something. She had red hair. Whatever. But you guys comment down below. Let me know what you think about that being a possibility. And I really want to see what you guys think about the co-op mode, because that would be really good. Because a split screen probably wouldn't be too good. But if it was online co-op, that would be really, really, really epic. Like, and if they gave us all of the characters like Dante, Virgil, Nero, Trish, and Lady, you can have like 5 characters in one lobby playing to like get to one story mode, and I think that would be dope. Like, I don't know, they would have to make a story mode, a co-op mode story, if you understand what I'm saying, because they can't. Well, I guess it would work. I don't know, because I've seen, I think some of the Call of Duty games where you could play co-op, I think story mode. I don't know, I could be confusing it with something else. But you guys comment down below, let me know what you think about this interview, and you know, all the different possibilities, and let me know if you guys think that they should bring back the original Dante with the white hair and the, you know, the cocky attitude, and you know, full of energy and loving life and stuff like that. Let me know what you think about them giving us a side story about Sparta and his wife. And also let me know what you guys think about there being a co-op mode in the next Devil May Cry game, because I'm pretty sure they're going to make another one, and I am really looking forward to it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like down below, and please give your feedback, comment, and you know, share the video with your friends. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.